Hey guys, what's up? It's me again, Tessa, and today we're going to be doing some baking. I really wanted to incorporate baking into my channel because it's something I really enjoy doing, so it'll probably be baking, cooking, things like that, and eventually I'll hopefully have a kind of name for all of these videos. If there's any weird noises that pop up in the background, it's our chickens. They're about 6 feet behind the camera because they're currently still in the house. Today I'm baking, and I'm making Andes mint chocolate cookies. Andes are these little mint chocolates that are really popular. For me, I know about them because I would get them every Christmas, but they're made all year round, and my fiance loves them, and he loves them even more in cookies. So I decided to try to piece together a recipe, and we'll see how it works. So these are Andes mint chocolate cookies. So of course, the first thing we want to do is wash our hands, so I'm going to do that real quick, and I'll be right back. Next, we want to make sure we have all of our necessary ingredients, because the worst thing to do when you're baking or cooking is to have to run out to the store real quick because you didn't realize you were missing something. So for this recipe, you're going to need 3/4 cup of butter, which comes out to 1.5 stick, a cup and a half of brown sugar, and you're going to want to make sure you pack that in when you're doing it, 2 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips, 1 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, 2 tablespoons of water, 2 eggs, 2.5 cups of flour, which is all the way back here right now, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and then about 40 of the Andes chocolates, which are these. And I've broken these in half because we're going to take 10 of those and we're going to put them in our batter straight away. The other 30 go on top of the cookies. So generally with cookies, you want to preset your oven to whatever temperature you need to do it at. That's not the case with these. These have to sit in the fridge for about an hour after the batter's made, so it's kind of a waste to set your oven ahead of time. So we're going to wait to do that until it's actually needed. So the first thing you want to do is you want to line 2 cookie sheets, at least, maybe 3. It depends on how many times you want to come out and switch it, with parchment paper. You can also just put them on an ungreased cookie sheet. I prefer parchment paper because you're not getting the trays dirty and you can just take the cookies straight off it. And I don't think I've ever seen cookies get damaged when you use parchment paper. My other one is right out of frame, but this is parchment paper. And no, you don't want to use wax paper or aluminum foil or anything like that. So next you're going to want to take your butter and your sugar and your water and put them in a large pan. And we're going to put those on the stove on low heat until they're melted together. So I put my butter, sugar, and water in this pan right here, and I have the temperature on low. So I will check in again as soon as it's started to melt. So as you can see, all the brown sugar and the butter and the water is starting to incorporate now, and once this is done, I will check in again. My butter is not fully melted yet, but everything else is blended together really well, so I think I'm going to add the chocolate chips now, and that would be your 2 cups of chocolate chips, and I'm actually going to add in those 10 Andes chocolates I have right over here that I have broken up in half, and I'm going to add those into this mixture. So what I did, because my camera decided to stop recording, was when the chocolate was about halfway melted, I took it off heat and I continued to stir to fully mix it together. After that, I put it in this very large bowl for it to cool, and I'm going to leave it for 10 minutes, and then I'm going to check back in with you guys after that. It's been about 10 minutes, maybe a little bit more, and the next thing we want to do is we want to add both of our eggs, but we want to add them one at a time, and we want to have our mixer on high. Generally, you would want to have a standing mixer because those mix a little bit slower. Later we're going to use a slower setting, and I'm not really going to have that choice. My hand mixer only really does fast and then lightning speed. It's a very old mixer, but it works well for me, and that's what I have. So our next step is we're going to add in our dry ingredients, which is our flour and our baking soda and our salt. Then we're going to mix all those together on low. I just added in my dry ingredients, and we're going to start mixing them all together now on low. Before you can put our cookies in the oven, we need to put the dough in the fridge to set for 1 hour, and I will come back with you after that's done. So it's been about an hour, and we are on to our final step now. I've just started the oven, and I've set it for 350 degrees. And while that preheats, I'm going to roll the dough into balls, and I'm going to put them on these 2 sheets right here. They spend about 10 minutes in the oven, and now that they're out, we want to, while they're still warm, take our little candy pieces and we're going to put them on top because we want those to melt. So we're going to let these melt a little bit, and then we're going to take a knife or spoon and smear the chocolate on top to create a kind of glaze on the cookies. Once the chocolate's completely melted on top, we want to remove these from the heat so that the cookie doesn't overcook and burn. That wraps up this video. I hope you guys like it, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And hopefully I will have more videos like this coming soon. Good.
I'm just gonna be getting it right. That's a lot of butter. Well, don't mind my nipples, okay?
I'm cutting all of this out. I said that.
Why all of this?
Because I'm just gonna cut to me having everything in the pan.
Oh.
I spent the last 10